G'day again, welcome back to Dad vs Son and a playthrough of Fighting Formation Scenario 1, A Surprise at Sunrise from GMT, and we're about to go on with the fourth actual turn. So we're at time 11 of 13 for sudden death. We're at 2 initiative for the Germans, and we're at 3 VP for the Germans as well. These are the last 2 Soviet troops on the board. They've just arrived, and we need to blow them away before they take out our people. Righto, so let's get into it. So Germans first. And I think what I want to do is probably assault. But I want to try and get around on their flankies if I can. But that's going to open up my flank. What to do? What else can I do? I could fire, but the only thing that can really fire is this and my little gun here. So I think it's going to be an assault. So it's going to be 5 for the assault, takes it to 3 on the Soviet side. I have 1 order, so I'm going to put it on this little fella here, and that'll encompass all of these, and that's the only order I have, command taken I should say. Righto, so let's start with somebody who is furthest away. So he's going to go 1, so they could fire if they wished. And I don't think they want to at the moment. And he will go 2. Their range is 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So no, they're not going to... I haven't. Hang on. Let's activate them first. Let's get it right. Like that. And that's on him. Okay, so he's gone 2 to there because he turned. 2, do they want to shoot? No. 3, and he's out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and they decide to shoot. So let's put a die on him to say that he's moved 3 so far, and they're going to grab a command token and stick it on those guys, and we'll just put their 2 tankies like that. So this tank, this platoon here, is going to fire first here, and they're going to fire with 15, and it's going to be hindrance of 2. Oh, and they throw a 1, and he's spent. So he moves up. He's going to turn for 4. Now, this guy could fire because he's used a movement point, but he's not going to. And he goes 5 to there. And now he's going to shoot because he can get him in the flank. So again, we have a hindrance of 2. He's in range of 3, 6. And he's rolled a 4, so he's spent. So we have 15 plus 10, it's 25. And he is a 12, so it will be 13 or more. And he gets 13 on the nose. Okay, so he's gone 5. He goes 6, 7. No, he can't go 7. He will simply come 6 to here and he gets a turn. Like that, and he is done. Right, this fella here is going to go 1, 2, turn, 3, 4, 5, and then he's going to shoot in there. So he gets die 8s because he is advancing, and he's firing for 24. He's got a hindrance of 2 and he fluffed it. But at least he's there with those guys now to help them. Right, the next guy is going to be this Panzer III-J, and he's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, turn, 5, and that's as far as he can go, and he can shoot now for 17, again using die 8s. 17's 27. Okay, so first guy here is going to defend for 23. So 4 or more, and he only rolls a 3. Ouch. And he's hit, and he is stunned. And then the other guy, 4 or more. Oh, he gets a 6. Okay, so he's fine. And this guy is finished. Next guy will be the Panzer IIF. He will go 1, 2. No, he'll just go 1, 2, 3, 4, turn, 5, 6, 7. He's just heading off. And lucky last is this Panzer IV-F2, who will go 1, turn, 2, turn, 3, 4. And he will fire straight into them, again with 24 using die 8s. Yep, that's good. 24, 32. Okay, and the first one will be the stunned one. So he needs a 9 or better and rolls 11. And then the one that's not stunned. Oh, and he gets a 10, so he's fine as well. Okay, so he is done. Oops. Right, so spent markers come off. Okay, so now we're at 3 on the Russian side. And what they're going to do is simply fire, which is a 3 for them, which takes it back to 0. Now, they are going to split that formation that has been stunned, I think it was. Yep. So they're going to break it down, which they can do. So this will come off. And they'll have one who is stunned, and they will have two others. Like that. And they've got their marker there on a 0. And they are going to fire. So I don't know why I put them that way. These two will fire. And this guy will fire. Okay, so these two are going to fire at this guy. Sorry, this one is going to fire at this guy in the first instance. And he's going to shoot for 13. And he goes up one die because he's adjacent. So he goes to die 12s. But it's outside of his firing forward arc, so he goes down one, so he's still on die 10s. Righto. So shooting for 13 plus 19, 32. And our little man is going to need a 20. And gets a 3. Okay. So our grenadiers are suppressed. Righto, and we are going to fire back with this Panzer IV F2 at that bloke, and he's firing for 21. He doesn't get through the hindrance. Okay, he rolled a 2, which is below him as well, so he is spent. The next guy is going to fire in there again. So firing for 13 and 12 is 25. And again, our little man is going to be in there for 12. So he needs 13 or more and only gets an 8. So this comes off. He gets broken down. And our little grenadier becomes 2 squads with one of them being suppressed. Okay, and we are going to fire with this guy at him. So we're firing for 24, hindrance of 2. So he is spent and he misses as well. And then this guy is going to fire into here. So again, he gets die 8s. At hindrance of 2. And he misses. So they are, sorry. And we can fire back with our Panzer IIIJ. We'll fire back with this Panzer to here. So here we get die 8s. We have 2 hindrance. We have a rate of fire of 3. And he is spent, and that's it. And it doesn't get through. So those tankies are like that. Spent markers come off, and it's the Russians go again. So again, what they're going to do is simply fire using 3, because this is all they've got to do, is just take out those bods. All of them, which is difficult, I know. So the first guy here is going to fire into there again. He should have die 12s, but because it's the arc, he goes down to die 10s. Sorry. Let's do it proper. And he gets an 11 is 24. Okay, so little man who is suppressed needs a 12 or more and gets a 15. And the unsuppressed one only gets a 9, so he is hit. And he is broken. Okay. We're going to fire back with this guy here, who's firing for 21. He's in range. Hindrance of 2, no. So we have 21, we have 37. Now that's a betterer. Better. Okay. 37, and this guy is a 24, so he needs a 13 or better, and gets 13 on the nose again. Okay, so done. This bloke again, firing straight into there. For a whole 5 is 18, so that's fine. 18 into there, so first bloke needs a 6 or better, that's the suppressed, and gets a 12, and the broken 6 or better gets a 10, so he's fine. And we're going to shoot back with this guy again, shooting for 21, and 11 is 32. And he is a 24, so he needs 8 or better. And he gets 11. Yep. Righto. So he is done. Which leaves this guy firing into there again. In fact, no, he's going to... Yeah, he's going to fire into there. Why not? He only gets 8s. He doesn't get 10s. So shooting for 16... and a hindrance of 1, he's stuffed. Sorry, hindrance of 2, he's stuffed. And we can shoot back at him. We'll shoot back with this guy again. So, in fact, we'll shoot back with this guy. Shooting for 24. Hindrance of 2. Oops, sorry. Wrong die. And we get 16. And 24 is 40. So he is, I haven't been counting the 1 extra, sorry, for them. So he's 25, in fact, there. 25 and 13 is 38, which is not enough, and he gets hit. And he is panicked. Okay. Right. So the first thing the Germans are going to do is play a 1 for an asset, and they're going to flip the Soviet order. So now it's going to cost them initiative to do stuff. The next thing they're going to do is they are going to shoot. So they're going to use a 4, which puts it over 1 on the Russian side, to fire. And they're going to activate this guy, this guy, this guy, and this guy. And we're also going to activate our gun. And that's going to cost us 2. Now, he is a hero. So pay the 2 first. Takes us up to 4. And I just want to remember what hero was. Oh, it activates for 0 initiative. Oh, I could have been doing it all the time, dickhead. So we stay on 2. Okay. Righto. So we're going to fire with the gun first into here. So we're firing for 14. We have a range of 7, so that's good. 14 with hindrance of 1. 19, but it is into their flank, and their flank is 16. So the top one needs 3 or less, is good. The middle one is good, and the broken one is good. Okay, so he is finished. They could fire back if they want, but in fact they will. This guy will fire back, so he's firing back for 12. It's in range. It's going to cost 1. 12 plus 11 is 23, and he is there for 15, so 8 or less, and he gets a 14, and he's fine. Okay. So he is spent. Top guy is spent because his rate of fire is 5. Whoops. Let's just put him there. There. And there. Okay. Next to fire will be this guy here, firing for 24 into here. And he misses with the 2. No, in fact, there is no 2 hindrance because he comes straight along there. So, no. So, it's 5 plus 24 is 29. Okay, so the first guy is, we'll start from spent and work our way up. So 23, so he needs a 6. Sorry, it's 24. So he needs 5 or better. Gets 7. 5 or better for stunned. He's good. And for the other one is good. Okay. And they could fire back on him if they wished, which would be a flank shot. He can't fire. Which is only this bloke, so it would be a forward shot on him. He'd be firing for 12 against 17, and it would cost him 1. He's going to do it. He's spent his 1. So he's firing for 12, 21, so 4 or less. 4 or more, sorry, on the tanky is fine. And we're there for 12, so 9 or more on the grenadier. Whoops. And he's fine as well. Okay. Right. Next to fire is going to be the Panzer IIIJ here. He's firing for 17. And he's going to fire straight at these guys here. Hindrance of 2. 17 and 10, 27. And they are 23, 24, so 3 or more, and they're fine. And they don't want to fire back on him. This guy will now fire into here, and he's firing for 21. And he gets a 1, so no. And they don't want to fire back on him. And this guy here is going to fire into those 3 as well. And he's firing for 24 with a hindrance of 2. 24 and 12 is 36. Okay, so again, we'll work from spent to stunned to normal. So they're all there for 24, so they all need a 12 or better. And spent is good. And 11, he's gone. And 8, he's hit. Okay. So, got to put that one back first. And he is rattled. And that's everybody that could shoot. So the spent marker comes off and goes away. Put this tank away. And we are at 0. So it's up to the Ruskies. So they're going to take a 5 and they're going to fire. So again, goes to 5. They're going to activate. Oh, in fact, no, they're not. He can't do anything. That's okay. No, they're going to do it. So 5, and they're going to activate these 2. And they're going to activate this, and they're going to break it down. Okay, so 1, 2. Come out, wherever you are. Where did you go? No, it's okay. Then I drop it on the floor. Oh, it's a long way down. Okay. So we've got 1 that is panicked and 2. So he's not going to be firing, so blip. But he's been activated. And activated and activated. Okay. So for them to fire now is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. So he is not activated. 4, which takes it up to 9 for the Germans. Okay. Again, this guy here is going to fire into here. He's firing for 13 into there. Plus 11, 24. And they both need 12 or more. And the first guy with the orange marker fails, and they both fail, and that is 2 victory points for the Soviets. We've wiped out those grenadiers, so the VP marker goes down to 1 on the German side. And we are going to return fire with this guy. So he's shooting for 24, 34, and this guy is 15, needs 9 or more, and he passes. Okay, so but he is spent now, so he is done. Next guy is going to fire. He's firing with die 10s. And that's it. Hindrance of 1. So firing for... He's firing at the Grenadier. So he's using HE. So he's firing for 13. And 11 is 24. So 12 needed for the Grenadier, 12 or more, and he fails and is hit and is shaken. This Panzer is going to fire back at him, so it's going to be hindrance of 2, shooting for 17. And it is hindered, so he is spent as well. Okay, so he got away with it. This guy is shooting into here again using HE. And he's only going to get die 8s because it's outside of his front arc. And hindrance of 2. Okay, so he's got 12, which gives him 25 total. So we need 13 or more, and we fail. So this guy gets broken down. And he gets 2 squaddies. With one of them being shaken. We're going to fire back with the Panzer IIIJ. No, we're not. We're going to fire back with this Panzer IV-F2. Okay, so hindrance of 2, and we got a 1, so he's spent and missed. And he got away with what he was doing. Oops, they're up in there. And then the other bloke's going to fire into there. He gets his die 8s, hindrance of 2, and he gets a 12, and a 13 is 25 again, so we need 13s. Shaken guy gets 13, unshaken guy only gets 12 and is hit. And he is pinned. And we can shoot back with this little guy here. So he's shooting for 17, hindrance of 2. Oh, 20s, 37. Well done, that man. And this guy's in here for 25. So he needs 15 or more. And only gets an 8, so he is hit and is rattled. Like that. Oops. I think that was on the others, wasn't it? Sorry. Okay, so that's that. Okay, so what are we going to do? What are we going to do? Going to get rid of the spent counters? Like that. We're going to activate all our people to fire, so we're going to use 5 to fire, which takes us down to 4. And again, we'll activate this guy, this guy, this guy, this guy, and this guy for free. So he's going to fire first into there. He's got die 10s. He's shooting for 14. Plus 16 is 30. And he's in there for 24. So he needs 6 or more. And the first one's good. And the second one is good as well. Okay. So he is done. They are not going to fire back. This guy is going to shoot into here for 24. And 8 is 32. Excuse me. So again, 32 there, 24. So they want 8 or more. Top one first is good. Second one is good. And again, they're not going to shoot back. Panzer IIIJ is going to shoot into here for 17. No, he's going to shoot into here for 17. Hindrance of 2. Did nothing. He fired. We'll fire with this guy, shooting for 21. And that's 33. Into here. They're 24, so 9s. First guy's good. Second guy's good. And this guy here firing into there for 24. And 17 is 41. Okay, they're both 24, so they need 17s. First guy fails. Oops, I put spent markers in wrong. Duva. First guy is immobilized. And second guy is hit as well and is rattled. And that turns back over like that. And we have that, and now we're going to fire again because we still have 4. So we're going to use the 9, which will put 5 on their side. And we're going to shoot again. I'm going to activate everybody. Again, and again, and again. We want to blow them away. Okay, gun first into these guys. Shooting for 14. And 13, 27. And that's into their flank, which I think I'm screwed up every time so far. They should have been hit in the flank. So they're both in there for 17. We're at 27, so they need 10s. First guy gets a 10, and second guy gets a 16, so they're all fine. This guy fires into there for 24, and his 24 is 34, and they're 24, so 10 each. Yellow one first is good, rolls 10. And Tubba rolls 10. Wow. This guy back here firing for 21. Hindrance 2. 21 is 31. Again, they're both 24, so they need 7 or more. First one's good. Second one's good. Okay, this guy's firing into here because he wants to try and at least put something on this one as well. Again, firing for 24, hindrance 2. Oh, 19. That's 43. And they're all in there for 24, so they need 19s. We'll start here, then there. First guy is gone. Second guy is gone. Third guy is gone. He had a good go. It was 16. And that is 3 more VP for the Germans, taking them up to 4. And this marker is now sitting there by itself. So he's fired. So that leaves this Panzer 3J firing for 17 against them. 17 and 15 is 32. So again, they need 8s. First guy gets a 9. And then the rattled guy gets a 14. So we're back there. Okay, so it's these guys. He can't move, but they can still both fire. And they're just going to have to fire. So they're going to take 9, which puts it back to 4 there. And again, they're both going to fire into here. Well, first guy, this guy here is going to fire into there. So he's firing for 12, and 16 is 28. These guys need 16s. First guy dies. Second guy dies, and that's another 2 VP for the Ruskies. Darn. They're slowly wearing us down. 2 VP, so we're now 2 VP on the German side. Okay, we are going to return fire with this guy to the immobilized guy, because that's who shot. Shooting for 24 and 20. Okay, 44. And he is there for 24, so he needs 20. He gave it a good go, but he died. Okay, last one. He's going to fire at the cannon. So let's put him in the middle. So he only gets die 8s because of the angle now. He's firing for 12. Plus 8 is 20. Our cannon anti-tank gun is in there for 15, so 5 or more, and we're fine. And we're going to fire back with this guy, for 24, and 15 is 39, and he again is in there for 24, so he needs 15 and doesn't get it and dies. And that's 1, 2, 3 VP, and the end of the game. Wow. So that's what I said it came down to. We had to wipe out them before they wiped out us. And they, considering, we had 3 squads, a tank and an anti-tank gun against what effectively was 2 platoons as well. So, yeah. And they still ended up knocking out 2 of our infantry. So that was damn fine. Okay, so again, I think, I'm not sure if I shot twice with this bloke once, but either way, we got there. That's it. I hope you enjoyed. I hope it wasn't too painful. I know it was a little bit boring to start with because of just the scenario itself, but I think it came together in the end with being able to move some things around and do some assaults and things like that. So take care, and I will catch you for something else next time. Bye for now.